Case of Vicente de Chua, number 222-430 on August 30, 2017. The Supreme Court reviewed the dismissal case of Vicente de Chua, Jr., who was terminated by Trans Global Maritime Agency Incorporation, Good Management, and Michelle Staniel Chua was dismissed following an incident of returning late from shore leave and refused to sign a written reprimand. The labor arbiter initially upheld the dismissal but ordered monetary awards for unpaid wages and fees. NLRC affirmed that this added nominal damage for procedural lapses. The Court of Appeal later reversed these findings. Chua's dismissal disproportionate. The Supreme Court, after reviewing conflicting factual findings, upheld the Court of Appeal's decision, concluding Chua was illegally dismissed, ordered substantial damage, benefits to pay. Chua was initially hired as an seaman on a 9-month contract with a probationary period. After a disciplinary incident involving a delayed return from shore leave and refusal to sign a reprimand, he was dismissed. Chua claimed illegal dismissal, alleging he was repatriated without valid reason and that the reprimand contained falsehood. The labor arbiter and LRC supported the dismissal but acknowledged procedural errors, leading to monetary awards and nominal damages. The Court of Appeals found the dismissal unjust, arguing it was disproportionate and did not align with his duties. The Supreme Court agreed. The Court of Appeals, ruling Chua was wrongfully dismissed and ordered the petitioner compensate according to Chua. The case concerning Vicente de Chua Jr., the seafarer, faced dismissal for returning late from shore leave and refusing to sign a written reprimand and the ship's logbook. The ship's logbook indicates that Chua was reprimanded for arriving after shore leave had expired and that he refused to acknowledge the reprimand by signing it. Witness statements presented after Chua's dismissal mentioned that he, along with other crew members, breached shipboard discipline and misbehaved on returning. However, these statements did not provide specific details or corroborative evidence of alleged misbehavior. The court found the evidence insufficient to substantiate the claims of Chua's misconduct. It was noted that the disciplinary procedures mandated by the POEA SEC were not followed, particularly the requirement for formal investigation and opportunity for Chua to explain himself. The dismissal was deemed excessive and unjustified, as the evidence failed to prove that Chua's actions were characterized by wrongful and preserved attitude to justify dismissal. The Supreme Court affirmed the decision of the Court of Appeals, suddenly ruled in Chua's favor, but he modified it to correct the interest rate on the monetary awards. The court concluded that Chua's dismissal was unjustified due to lack of proper procedural steps and evidence to support the allegation. The petitioners were ordered to pay Chua the awarded amount with a 6% annual interest rate for the finality judgment and for satisfaction of the award. The dismissal was deemed disproportionate to the supposed infractions, reflecting the need for rigorous adherence to legal and procedural standards in employment dismissal.